Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Is this thing on?
I think so.
Oh, then maybe we should start it off like we normally do.
Okay, hold on. Hello, everybody. This is Tiffani.
What's up? This is Ariel.
And we are on season 2, episode 18 of Grab Your Cup Podcast.
Oh!
Guess who's back?
Hey, hey,
back again.
hey.
Shady's back.
Hey, have you missed us? Because we've missed you.
Man.
Let me tell you.
Ooh.
Oh, girl.
We have.
Back. Girl, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
And I know some of y'all have been ready. We ready too, y'all.
Listen, y'all are dope. The messages, are everything. When y'all starting up? When's the next season? Did I miss it? Nope.
No.
Here you go, boo. Out, fresh, off the press. Ayy.
So it's been about, 3 months?
It's about 3 months.
About 3 months. We've been drinking water and minding our business.
Listen, let me tell you. I've been minding so much of my business. It's so much of my business.
But I feel like even in that 3 months, it doesn't really feel like it's been 3 months. But
so what does it feel like to you? Because I feel like it's feel like 3 years.
Oh, really?
Girl.
Okay, no, I don't feel that long.
Listen, it feel like, you know what it is? It's because when we stopped, it was cold outside. Now it's warm outside.
Okay, it's warm.
You know what? Mother Nature definitely double dutching with this. She definitely like,
In case y'all forgot, need a reminder, we live in Chicago, so
for sure, and it's definitely funny acting.
Moody. I mean, listen, I know global warming is real, but
this
Chicago
is a different type of thing.
Yeah,
like,
nah, that's different.
Oh, she's so fickle. I'll be like, get your life
in the same day.
Girl, come outside in flip flops. Have to come back in the house and get some boots. Like, this is
rain boots,
absurd.
Snow boots, Uggs. Like, you can't put anything away right now.
Nah, don't you dare pack up your winter clothes.
Leave that tote
Right
accessible.
right where it's at.
Like, if you put it in a tote, leave it accessible so you can get back into it.
Because you're gonna need to put your hands on that at some point.
Yep.
So
cool. Well, so if by chance you're listening and this is the first time you heard us,
welcome.
Hello.
Pull up a seat. Get a cup.
So my name is Tiffani and this is Ariel, and we've been friends for we've known each other for about 5 years. And then we've embarked on a closer journey for about 3 years now.
Yes, ma'am.
And
it feels like so much longer.
It does. It really does. It's like when I was thinking about it today, and I was like,
just 5 years?
I mean,
5 to 15.
Right.
It's a roundabout.
I mean, when you with dope kindred spirits, like, who's counting? But and we embarked and landed on this journey that God kind of put us in the right place in the right time with each other.
It was very necessary. And we got a bunch of episodes from season 1 that you need to press play on so that you can catch up. But just know we met in an online Facebook group. We chose each other to be friends, and we've been friends ever since.
Been rocking and rolling.
We've been going through this thing called life, baby. Ups and downs. And here we are.
And the point of us being here doing this podcast is that by just personal conversations with each other, we recognize that not everybody has the opportunity to have relationships like ours where they're able to be so transparent, and
especially not women.
And a lot of times we're trying to hide things that could heal us because we're afraid to be judged. We're afraid of what it's going to look like. We're thinking we're alone. And we've discovered by talking to each other and so many other women and so many men through this podcast that it's healing in transparency.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What's up, fellas? We know y'all out there, too. Good looking out. Thanks for coming in.
So if you haven't heard us, just go back.
Just take your thumb out, do a little scroll on your podcast list, hit you can go to episode 1 to get a real good understanding of where we came from.
Right.
But it start getting real deep at episode 2. And
we just keep it on rolling.
So we're gonna just keep y'all caught up on what we've been doing.
Yeah,
what's been up.
I think
I'm gonna let
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Tiffany. You wanna go first or you wanna go second?
I'm gonna go second.
Whatever.
What's been up, girl?
Well, besides drinking my water and minding my business, I done stayed prayed up, blessed up. So I have a teenager now.
Yes.
My son is 13. And he's still an amazing kid. I haven't gotten to that point where people talk about how their kids turn into teenagers and they lose their mind. I think it's because my son is scared of me. So I'm a roll with that. I'm cool with it. What else? So many travel plans for 2019 have already happened. I've done all types of stuff, and then I have so many other travel plans before this year is out. So I'm looking forward to that. I just been doing what I want to do. I said for 2019 that every time I wanted to do something, I would tell people that I wanted to do it, but I was not going to make it my responsibility to remind anybody or make sure that they did what they needed to do to go to the concert, to go to the play, to take the trip. I'm buying my ticket, and I'm going to be there. Because, look, I like me, and I don't have a problem going nowhere by myself.
But I think I need to chime in and let you guys know why this is a big deal. Because it's just saying it like, oh, okay, she's been doing stuff. Great. No. No. You need to understand how far away we were from this space.
Man, listen.
And it's the part of Ariel that I feel like I love, that I feel like, you know, the real ones get, but the other ones, they be trying to throw salt on her name, y'all. Listen.
I ain't going.
She's such a caring person. Like, when you're in that space, that I don't think it would be that you wouldn't be doing stuff you wanted to do, but you will definitely always extend because of, you know, who it is or what it is. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you want to go bowling? Sure. You know, like, yes. Yeah, I'll do that. Sure. But the initiation to say, hey, I want to do this, and I'm going to tell those people that I want to do this stuff about it, but I'm not stopping. I'm going to go do it.
Because there was a point where if I said I wanted to do something and then people forgot or people didn't buy their ticket, I didn't do it either.
Right.
I would not do something I wanted to do because another person, you know, fell off or didn't want to do it. Like if I couldn't find a group of people to go, I'm like, well, I don't want to go by myself.
Right.
So then I wouldn't go. Now I'm like, girl, I will make a friend. I'm going to do any and everything that I want to do, and I don't care about none of that. So I've literally been doing any and everything. I went to Kev on Stage, which if you ever get an opportunity to see them, please go see them and the Love Hour. It was amazing, the comedy show and the Love Hour. I saw Amanda Seales' concert. I went to a bunch of music concerts. I went to plays. I've been going to do any and everything that I want to do. And you know, the thing is I've been doing so many things, and I've actually gotten out of the habit of posting everything that I do. I'm starting to make a lot of things very personal for me and making them my memories instead of, like, I'll have pictures, but I don't post them on social media. I'll have the pictures. Oh, girl, and I bought a photo album book so that I can start printing pictures. Because I thought about it, and I don't have no pictures of nothing that is not in the cloud.
Right.
Like, I want to look at pictures. I didn't have no pictures since my son was a baby. Everything else, I can scroll and look at them, but I can't physically look at them. I don't have an album on a coffee table or like that. So I went and bought some photo album books to do that. I went on a all fruit fast for a week.
She's such a strong woman.
Listen, y'all, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely interesting to know that you love eating fruit, but when you try to do it for a whole week straight, it's like, that's a little different. It's a little different. So I did that. What else? So in a couple of different episodes, we've discussed how me and her had a lot of personal entrepreneur goals that we wanted to hit. One of them for me was real estate, and I actually have. I was gonna say put my toe in it, but I did a little bit more than put my toe in it. Like I I ease myself into the water, and I'm just like floating around in it. You know, I got my hands inside of real estate, and I'm actually good at this. So, I'm really enjoying that because I found out that that's one of my passions, and that's one of my purposes. I've been talking to a lot of different women about talking through their failures and talking through their struggles. And it's so interesting how many different people reach out to me. You know, when you change how you are, even people who don't talk to you can see, and then they just start talking to you. So that's where I'm at with a lot of different things. I'm just feeling like, oh girl, I was doing this thing where I was trying to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. Now I still wake up early, but some days it ain't 5 o'clock.
Right.
Some days it's not gonna be 5 a.m. I do make my bed every day, because remember I told you I was trying to start making my bed every day. I don't love coming and looking at my bed made every day. I'm like, girl, you cute. I'll see you.
She flexed on her room, y'all.
I did that too. I did a whole DIY in my room, like with spray paint and vases. Hey, let me tell y'all why this is a big deal. I am not girly. I am not that girl. Like, I'm the type of chick that's like, I just would like everything to be clean.
Right.
And that's it. I don't need nothing else.
Case closed.
Yeah, that's it. They like, your room is, no, it's full. There's a whole bed in here.
Right.
And that's it. That ain't nothing else important to me. So, I've been doing a whole lot of different stuff, y'all. And I told y'all I'm addicted to YouTube. So I've been watching all these different shows on YouTube and getting all types of tips and helpful hints. And I started buying candles. And I actually am being more girly than I was. Like, oh, girl, my sunglasses game is off the chain.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna give me a contract. Y'all stay tuned, because I'm about to start flexing on people with these sunglasses. Because this is like a thing for me.
Yes.
Like, I love a good pair of sunglasses. Let me tell you, your hair could be a mess, but if you got the right attitude and a good pair of sunglasses, you are the flyest thing out there. Don't put no lip gloss on. Lord Jesus, don't put no lip gloss on. If only
Chicago could get on the same page as you, so you could like really get in your bag. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I'm gonna wear these anyway. I don't care what y'all say. It'll be an overcast. She gonna have them on her face. How about that? Y'all not gonna ruin it for me.
True.
Because you a lie. You a whole lie. So there's so much. I guess it'll probably touch into it when we get into more episodes. Like, that was another thing I was doing.
Yeah.
There's so much that happened in 3 months, y'all. So much has happened in 3 months. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, girl.
Girl.
So first off, I'm sorry to inform you guys, I am not a vegetarian.
Hey, it went bad, y'all.
You know, it like went into an occasional cheat day, and then it was another one. It was like 2 a week, and
here we are.
However.
Oh, but the however.
What has not occurred is there is no return for bacon, because I've reached a place in my life I never thought I would be, and me and bacon have become sworn enemies.
Y'all better talk about it, because listen, y'all.
She warned me, okay?
I told her.
She warned me. So this is what happened.
Oh, okay. This is awesome. Pull up a chair. Get comfortable.
So, I'm good about a month or so into this journey. A month or 2 into this vegetarian journey. Feeling good about it. Think I had like maybe 2 cheat days of chicken, and I was like, it was chicken. You know, well, okay. And my mom, she cooked like breakfast or dinner for the kids, and she had eggs and bacon and toast and grits, and normally, like, I very easily could have had all of the other things but bacon.
You could have.
But I was like, well, you had a cheat day with chicken.
Yeah, you're living your best life.
Yeah. At this time, like, I remember then closer to when it happened, how much it wasn't a lot. Like, I could take down some bacon. That's not what this was. And I'm not gonna say like instantaneously, but I was a mess. Like, my body went through an entire exorcism. I will spare y'all the details. Just know my body was not going, and it rejected bacon in full force in every way you can reject it. Use your imagination. And I called her like, so I made a mistake.
Hey, the holla that I let out, y'all. I was like, what did I tell you? Girl,
and I'm like, but I had some meat.
Some chicken. Oh,
you
gonna get that pork about you one way or another.
Listen,
that's what your body said, one way.
And it just let me know exactly how trash bacon has to be. For in 2 months, my body, I've spent years with bacon. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been a thing with us in years. And in 2 months of just changing my system, my body was like, nah, we don't really need that bad.
Look, I had told you.
You did.
But people, just like everything else in life, people got to learn it on their own. Okay, fine. You walk that walk. I'm just going to stand over here with my arms folded. And I told her, you are going to feel like your insides is coming out. And guess what, y'all?
And that's what happened. Case in point.
Look, good talk. Thanks for coming out.
So my plan is to get back into a diet regime. I started a new job.
Hey. Come on through.
And I'm kind of killing it.
Ain't no kinda. She out here doing work. People out here bragging about it. Cause I know my boo is out here.
I'm wiping my shoulders. Y'all can't see
I see you, boo.
But so I just kind of have to figure out what's going to be best, because what I think, instead of I still want to maintain a majority vegetarian palate. It just might be like clean eating light days that are more regular in there. Yeah. But bacon will not return. That's for fact. And I haven't done like pork chops or, anything like that. I haven't had anything like that. It's chicken and shrimp. Shrimp's a weakness for me, so.
We'll just hold on to it then.
Yeah. So I might flex those in between there, but that's a thing. I have been working on my crazy. And this season, I plan to begin to indulge the depths of what that crazy has looked like over the years.
Both of us, girl.
But that's real big for me, because not only like me and my crazy, we've developed a friendship. Like, we talk now. Like, we have whole conversations. I don't have her on a leash, which is good. We've grown. I don't have to leash her anymore. So we can coexist. She's there. We talk.
It took a lot. It took a lot.
Baby, we didn't have no conversation. She just showed up and
it was lit.
Yeah, like, what's the character? Like, I wish I could think of the character. It's like on X-Men. It's one of the characters. She like.
On X-Men?
She like turned into a phoenix. She turned into like fire. That wasn't the bag she was always in.
Oh, that wasn't her. Oh.
You know what I'm talking
about? Because they got a movie coming out with her right now.
Anyway.
Her eyes.
The rage.
The
rage of the crazy.
It's like the phoenix.
Yeah, it's like. I'm better. That's all having these moments of being able to talk through things that I was creating in my head, and my perception of things that was carrying along past hurts, and being able to be okay with myself enough to say, hey, you don't have to feel okay about these things, but you do need to take the time to assess what the next best move is.
Yes, ma'am.
And that wasn't a step I was always taking. And I feel real good about that. Like,
you should.
I've been really flexing in the control my crazy bag.
Yep.
So then another thing happened, and so basically I got set up, y'all.
Somebody always tried to get you, huh? Somebody always, you are something else.
Right. I'm over here trying to, control my crazy. And lo and behold, I done went and got engaged, y'all.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm sorry for being loud in y'all headphones, but hey, my baby girl out here about to be a whole wife. Didn't I tell you a wife?
You did.
I told you a wife. Come on, do work.
She was part of the setup, y'all. Listen.
Well, first of all, you don't have to put my business. This is about you. We already did about me.
Right. So
I definitely helped set her up, though.
Yeah, man. I'm just minding my business.
Hey, funny story, y'all. The day before, her crazy tried to step in again. And look, she called me and we talked through the crazy. Well, she talked to her crazy first, and then she called me.
To tell her, like, let me tell you what me and my crazy just was talking about.
And I was like, what you? I was like, oh, girl, you better just. Hey, and let me tell y'all what her crazy about. Because her man wanted her to get her nails done so that she didn't look raggedy when he put this ring on her face. And she talking about something. Why he so adamant about, like, what he got going on? Right. I was like, girl, if you don't just let that man love on you and treat you good.
Right. She was like, I mean, if he wasn't trying to do stuff like this, then it probably would be an issue to it. And I'm like.
And she like, you right. I am.
Listen, he wanted me to get my nails done, and I was like, I've been looking up places to go. This is all of a sudden. Like, just trash.
Like, that's such a back and forth. Like, I've been looking at places. This is so sudden. Like, which one is it? Have you been looking up places, or is this?
Yes. So I was like, I need an appointment. And he's like, let's figure this out. And I'm like,
I don't want to figure
it out. I really got to get them done right now. Can we wait? And he's like, kind of not. And I was like, what's happening?
Look, and it's me. No, kind of not. Go to the shop.
Right.
Okay? Look, then, go get pretty. You deserve it.
Found a 24-hour place to get my hair done. Like, people out.
Ayo, that's the same place I go to, but we go in 2 different areas, and they will blow dry you to the gods.
Listen.
Do you hear me? They will blow dry you to the gods.
So at like 10 p.m., I was in there.
Getting blow dried to the gods.
Right. And thought I was going to a post-Mother's Day brunch.
You did go to a post-Mother's Day brunch. That did happen. Did it or not?
No, because that's not what it was. It was an engagement.
But we
It was post-Mother's Day. Yeah, and it was okay, it was brunch time. And I walked in the door, and there was my family and friends. And I was like, oh, great. And I had my nails done and my hair did. And
y'all, I was hiding around the corner.
Right, because I didn't see her. And we got in there in like 2 seconds after being there. Like, I was just getting bombarded. And the guy was like, you want a drink? And I was like, what you got? And he's like, we got margarita flights. And I was like, what kind of margarita? And then I now know later that I was like messing up the flow of what was supposed to happen because I wasn't supposed to ask all those questions.
None of that thing. We had set it up so that she would have a flight of drinks. I bought a flight board and everything so they could put these glasses on here. And each drink was named. And the last drink was called Girl Turn Around. Mm-hmm. And it's because he was going to be behind her on his knee with the ring. And she over here, well, do you got something that's more lemony? I'm like, girl.
So I'm asking these questions, and now in reflection, he stalled kind of like, and then he came back with like this, you get a complimentary margarita flight for the month of May, if your birthday's in the month of May or something like that. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, bring it on.
Look, and I'm over here like, what? And meanwhile, her guy in the bathroom like, can I come out? Can I come out?
And so, right, and he had messaged me like, I don't know what he said. He felt sick, or he said something was wrong with the stomach or something. So when he comes back to the table and he's like, can you come here? I'm thinking, because he's trying to tell me you don't feel good. So I'm like, right now? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And then I stood up, and his first words were like, so, and I
and look, I'm peeking around the corner because me and him met like at the T. So he's walking towards her and I'm walking towards him, but she can't see us because I'm behind a wall, but she can see him. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, go. So he goes, well, can I talk to you for a second? And she's all like, oh, okay. And I done pulled out my phone and I'm recording the magic.
When he says so, I knew then. Like, I knew it was a setup. And my mind had like 5 quick thoughts like,
what were your 5 quick thoughts?
Does he have a ring? When did he go get a ring? How did he set this up? Damn. Like, all that happened and I was like, back into the moment. Go back. You don't answer these.
Boy, that crazy be in there.
Ooh,
she in there.
She didn't know what was going. Neither one of us did.
Janet Jackson. Control.
And then he was like, I know how you feel about family and friends. I look over. I see Ariel there with a camera. I said, this heifer knew.
I just talked to her.
I said, you know what?
Out here living my best life, y'all. I just want y'all to know that I am an amazing friend. And
she is.
She has amazing family and friends. And we all came together for an amazing day. And I'm just so proud. Come on, boo. Let's all give Tiffany a round of applause. She done went through the storm and came out.
Let me tell you, this work has been real, okay? And I guess that's the other update about what's been going on. It's like didn't start then. Like this year, I took a hit when my dad's birthday, because my dad passed some years ago, and when his birthday came this year, like, I was like,
ooh, is this one of those?
I am not gonna be too pleasant to be around. Proceed with caution.
Maybe.
And I was just in a funk. Like, it was just a cloud that I was kind of like, yeah, I know it could be associated with this, but it's like, I didn't really know how to shake it. It was like, I was just going through the mud in my feelings and trying to, kept feeling like the pessimism creep back in. And then I just started finding a space that, being more accountable of my energy, being more accountable what I could control, what was in my grasp, like, it just started shifting. And things literally just started like domino falling in line, like with the job, with and then to have that moment, I was like, I know God is up there, like, if you just listen, girl. And I'm like, you hands up, you right. You right.
Say hands up, don't shoot.
Right. You right. So I've been happy. And I think it's been a long time and I'm not happy because every day is happy. I'm not happy because I am happy to be engaged, but I'm not happy because I'm engaged. Like, I have a happiness that's like.
That's that. What I tell you about that though? That's called joy. Bro.
Yeah, they don't shake the same. Like, it's a rough day and then I'm back into the happy. And I'm like,
that's right.
Oh, I kind of like this place. This is cool.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum of that, I had a problem with being single.
Mm-hmm.
I had a problem with being single. I am currently 38 and I'm going to be 39 in November.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, girl, we are almost 40 and you are not married and you don't have no prospects. And I thought that meant something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, this is... And you
meaning like you felt like that was a reflection of you?
Well, not only a reflection of me, but life says that there is an order that's supposed to be happening. You're supposed to be married before you're 40, and you're supposed to have a significant other, and you're supposed to have built for at least 5 or 10 years by that time. Like, there's such a expectation on what your life should look like at this time. And I literally put that expectation on myself. And because I did not meet the expectation that I put on myself, I started to look at myself like, you're a failure. Like, you haven't done what you're supposed to do. And I legit was having a pity party for myself before I started going on the path that I'm on now. And now I'm not telling everybody they need to be single. I'm kind of enjoying myself a little bit. a little bit. Yeah. I'm enjoying. So this is what I learned, yo. I ain't been single.
Mm-hmm.
I have always been in a relationship. So let's do this timeline real quick. All right. So when I got with my son's father, I was 19 or 20. I was either 19 or 20. We were together for like till 2008, so till I was 28. Then when I was 28, we broke up, but we still lived together. So I wasn't single for real. Then when I moved from being with my son's father and I moved out from the house we had together, I was dating a dude that was a firefighter. And then when I stopped dating a dude that was a firefighter, me and my son's father got back together again. And then when me and my son's father separated again, I started dating a guy that I found out was married after 2 years of us dating. Long story, you're going to have to rewind and go watch the other episode about side chicks to hear about that one.
Banger.
Gang, gang, gang. And then when I ended things with him, I rolled right back into another relationship, which was my ex. So when I thought about it, the reason why in my mind I thought I was supposed to be in a different space is because I have always been in the space of relationship. So then to be single felt like failure, but I have never been single. I've always been in a relationship, like unless we talk about high school. But other than that, I've always been in a relationship. So there was never a point where I got to know me.
Right.
There was never a point where I understood me. I did the things that I like. Like I have always been in a relationship and somebody else's feelings have always been part of my dynamic. Never has it been just me. Right. So I've been proposed to 3 different times. I have never been married, but I have never been this happy with all of that.
Right.
Like I was never this happy. I've never done so many things that I want to do in such a small window of time. Like y'all don't know the joy and the pleasure that I get from going home and laying on my couch.
Right.
Like I tell people, I post about this all the time on my social media, y'all. And I tell my friends all the time, like people will text me and call me, what you doing laying on this here couch? Girl,
Right.
you just living because they know how much I adore just being at home and nobody's there. Because I used to think that was
a bad
thing. And then I'm gonna be honest, I used to feel some kind of way that everybody was with somebody and I wasn't. And it was a thing until I started on this path that I'm on now, where I needed to figure out my purpose and I need to figure out what I enjoy and what I love and what I needed from me. And then once I started unfolding that with spa days and doing things that I wanted to do and having quiet time and reading my Bible and getting into my word and getting into me and just loving, because I was existing for a long time.
Right.
I wasn't loving. And now that I'm here, I'm like, what? Listen, that's when I color my hair red. I got some braids now, y'all. I ain't never had braids. Who about to turn 40 and they first time they getting braids was at 38 years old? That would be her. I don't even look like I'm 38. I'm gonna just throw that
Definitely
out there for
don't.
y'all. It's a secret. I got this gray hair in the front, but it's hereditary. Other than that, though, she cute.
Right.
She cute.
Absolutely.
But all of that, and I was still not happy. Now I'm all that, and I'm happy.
That's why you said the word that I was gonna say, which is purpose. I think both of us can say that we live more purposeful lives today than we did before.
Absolutely.
And we kind of speak on that through this podcast, but purpose and good decisions are not the same. Good decisions, I feel like, can align to your purpose.
For sure.
But if you're off alignment of functioning in your purpose, and sometimes we tell ourselves what those things are we need and how it has to look to be right because we just want to feel good.
Right.
But when you're committed to the journey and you're like willing to do the work of what's going to get you to that next step, I don't think it gets as simple as, I don't have nobody, I need to make this money. Like, that stuff starts fading to the background when you're doing the real work of the life you want to live.
Yes. How
you want to feel. Because, like, I can have somebody and it can be trash. Like, I don't want just to have somebody and it can be trash. I'm for sure that, and I always would say that it's so weird to say fiance. Child, the struggle. It is so
fix it.
Hey,
but then we got to call him husband too, and then you're gonna be really messed up because the first time you call him something like that, we're gonna have a whole.
No, I think I can flex that one.
You can flex husband
because that's what I want to say now.
You don't want to say fiance?
Nah,
you husband?
Yeah, like I could do that. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's the F and some like I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
The H is easier.
Yeah, my husband. Yeah, like I could, but I don't know. But I think I know.
We'll talk about that later.
I know it is. I know that if I had not committed to myself, I couldn't be in a better space with myself now. And it's, I kind of touched on that when I spoke on the struggles we were going through and dealing with that, and how I knew when the struggles appeared that it wasn't about me focusing just on us.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I've just been a very reactive person, and being in my feelings and dealing with different things, I'll be very reactive to that feeling and kind of just wanting to unload that feeling. Like I just don't want it.
Right.
I just don't want to feel it.
Right.
I just don't want to deal with it. And that would kind of send me on a flight. Mm-hmm. And I'd be kind of flight in the sense of I'm just trying to jump in a different space or situation. I'll take on a new project. I'll do a new thing. I'll add some element in that can switch up this feeling that I don't want to deal with. So, I'll pour into a different friend a different way. I'll do something that lets me escape out of that thing. And having to have to deal with it.
That busy work.
Forced me to deal with me.
Right.
And I was able to see how much of me I wasn't dealing with. So some of these like circles I've been running around in years of unfulfillment, because it's not that I'm in a space where it's all fulfilled and figured out, but I definitely have tools in my toolbox that I didn't have and that I was never using.
Right.
Because now I'm actually dealing with me, and even in having someone, my joy comes from me. Like the joy I have is the progress I can have for myself. Or me and Ariel have all these random conversations that I'll be like, let me tell you the win I just had today, because in circa 2016, if what had just occurred. Ooh,
hey y'all, I'm going to start recording me and her phone conversations, and I'ma just this is what I decided. So every once in a while, it won't be a whole podcast, but I'ma just drop snippets of our phone conversations just to bless y'all a little bit, because I think we are all here curing hunger and every other ailment in the world with these phone calls. I'm saving lives through these phone calls.
She said the other day, like, yeah, I gotta get an app to record us.
Like, this is because the gems, and then I don't never remember what the hell we was talking about.
We just try to tap back into them, like in a reference, like I know we were talking about something good, but in the moment, but yeah, like, and I don't know. I look at us even now. I feel like when we recorded the first episode, we had already began to do work. And we were like in a space of growth. Like we were on a journey. And we're still on a journey, but I feel like it's so different.
Yeah.
The air is so different from this space than that space.
So different.
And
so different.
So it's like, and I'm still battling some of the things I was battling, more so the battles within myself and my own thoughts and my own mind, but I don't even worry. I'm not even worried about the exact same things that I was worried about. And
half that stuff don't even cross my mind no more.
No.
It's so interesting, like just a little tidbit from me. I go back and listen to our podcast. Mm-hmm. And when I go back and listen to our podcast, I listen to myself and I'm like, girl, what do you think about that? Until I listen to this podcast.
Right, right.
It's just so much in evolving. Mm-hmm. And you don't realize how much goes into evolving until you actually see it happening.
Yes.
And I think it's easier like, I can't see myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you, and I can see the work you're doing and how it's changing in you,
Right.
but I can't see myself.
Right.
So the only way I can is like when we recap and do stuff like that. And when I see it, I'm like, yo, that would have clean took you out.
Yes.
That would, you be in here crying, calling off work, depressed, anxiety, panic attacks, you name it, she'd have had it. Okay?
Right.
I would have been the worst version of me, and I'm literally headed towards the best version of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason we started this podcast was basically so that people could go through this journey with us,
Yes.
but also that you could see, yo, you ain't the only person going through stuff.
No.
Like, y'all, I go swimming and work out. That's what we won't be doing is that. That's who she was. I wasn't trying to do any of that. And then I was just like, okay, do it. I wasn't trying to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, do it. Like, there was never a thought in my mind a year ago to do any of those things. And now I'm out here like, so what else can you do?
Right.
What are you capable of doing about anything, girl? You want to do real estate? You can do it. You want to do woman empowerment? You can do it. And I think because we put expectations on us, first of all, expectations are the thieves of joy.
Yes.
I keep telling people this.
We do it all the time.
I didn't realize how terrible it was or how often I did it, or the fact that I did it to myself. I didn't realize I did it to myself, let alone other people.
Right.
But the expectations that I put on myself and I put on other people, whether they are realistic or unrealistic, are not fair.
Yeah.
When you put an expectation on a person, it's what you in your brain conceive as something that is possible for them to do.
Right.
And even if it's possible for them to do, if they don't think it's something they should be doing or they want to do, or it's not how they grew up, if it doesn't make sense to them, they're not going to wrap their mind around it the way you do.
Right.
And now you're going to penalize them because an expectation that you set up, realistic or not, is a problem. So all I've done is I've set boundaries and non-negotiables for me. These are things that I know I need. Everything else is up for debate. Like, we can talk about it. Like, no, I don't think I'm real comfortable with that. But if we could do it this way, I'd probably feel better about it, because I'm not trying to put no more expectations on nobody. Because I literally decided I don't want to put expectations on myself, and I literally don't want nobody to put expectations on me either. So I can't do it to nobody else.
Well, I think that's what I've started. I've had to take the journey of dealing with me, that I recognize that certain things I was never dealing with about myself was bleeding into other situations.
Girl, listen.
So that's why my perception of stuff was the way. That's why I was so sensitive about certain things, because I was doing it to me.
Girl, out here leaking.
So I thought you mean me harm or you mean ill in your statements and the way you handle things, because I'm talking ill to myself.
Right.
And I've learned to stop putting such harsh expectations on myself first.
Right.
Because I didn't realize how bad it was. Like, you could tell yourself it's a goal, but then if you can't maneuver through changes and regenerate after a hit, then you're beating yourself up for not meeting the deadline.
Yep.
Not being with nobody at 38, not not making a certain amount of money, not being in certain situations, and then the things we told ourselves had to exist, we start robbing ourselves from everything we got, everything we're capable of having. We're not even necessarily laying down the tracks to get where we want to go. So I know, like, I wanted to propose, like, if you had to think about it and you thought of us sitting here with this mic on the first episode. Actually, you were over there. But what are 3 things you would tell to that Ariel today?
3 things I would tell to that Ariel. See, this is why I feel like this was like years ago and it really wasn't.
Because you're not where you were.
Oh, so far. Number 1, be kind to yourself. You are so mean to yourself. You get so angry when other people are mean to you, when other people are not kind to you, when they're not loving, and you are just as unkind and unloving and mean to yourself. And just be kind to you, because you're doing the work. And sometimes, even when you're not doing the work, it's because you don't know what's work that you need to do. And be kind to yourself that you don't know.
Right.
Because once you do know, you're going to do better. But you don't know right now. And,
Right.
And anybody that's telling you that you should know, don't get the right to tell you that. So be kind to yourself would be the first thing I say. The second thing I would say to myself is, you are perfectly made. You might not be being the best version of you, but everything that you need is inside of you. Everything, every thought, every action, every love, every word, every touch, everything that you need to be the woman that I know you can be is inside of you. We just got to shine that thing up a little bit. It's a little dull, but we're going to shine this thing up. And I think the third thing I would say to myself is, you're fine. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's not at nobody else's pace. Stop thinking this is a race. Stop thinking you're supposed to be somewhere by now. Stop thinking it should have been done like this. You're fine. You know, stop putting expectations on yourself. Stop beating yourself up. You're fine. It's okay. You're fine. That's what I would tell myself. Because I literally, girl, was having pity parties and panic attacks and all types of stuff. And I would have these thoughts. And now a thought can come up in my head and it'll just be a thought.
Absolutely.
Whereas before, a thought would come up in my head and it would spiral into...
It would be a seed.
It would... And I'd make it fact.
And
I'd water that thing, girl. I'm talking. I'm out there daily with my little house coat on.
You picking up weeds around.
I'm
get away from this negative seed.
I'm pruning. I'm over here putting.
You shooing away squirrels.
We doing things over here with this negative seed, okay? I'm out there with my house coat on.
Right.
And I'm out there
frowned up
with a water hose and some slats.
I see it.
You see me out there?
Listen, not with your sunglasses on.
No.
Nope, not then.
And my skin not good.
Yeah,
and my hair was raggedy. And my face was turned up. You know, it was I was out there. And then now I'm out here like pruning, girl. I'm down here digging up weeds and I'm throwing them away and I'm putting them straight to the garbage can. You know how sometimes people put them in the bag? Each one of these got to go straight to the trash. I can't put it in a bag and then put it in the trash. I can't risk some of this negativity falling out.
It gotta go exactly where it's supposed to go.
Straight to the garbage can. Baby.
Right.
So what are your three?
The way you talk to yourself is important.
I just had church up in here. Y'all didn't see me, but I was in here with I had my whole church nod.
I think I spent so much time relying on reacting and dealing with how other people talk to me, what other people had to say about me, how everybody else perceived me, that I wasn't really recognizing that they were only confirming stuff I was already saying to myself. So it was just manifesting this terrible version of me that I was kind of like sheltering and then putting on this coat and trying to be best, but really deep down feeling this terrible version of me. And anytime I would encounter something that projected that on me, I was like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was kind of having that conversation with me yesterday. And then, yeah, you said it. So that's true. And most of the work I feel like I've done has been internal like that. It's come from the place of holding myself accountable and manifesting and what you just said, being able to have a thought and it's just a thought.
Yeah.
And that definitely was almost never the case. It could be negative and I could be like, that don't got no room to stay. It's got to go. And that shift didn't happen like that. And that's because I've done more work now that even in darker moments, the negative thoughts aren't by themselves anymore. It's always another counter. Mm-hmm. It's always another opportunity. It's always something else to consider. And it's because the work is continuous. I recognize that it starts with me and the stuff that I say to myself about myself. So that would be one. 2 would be to trust the struggle.
Girl.
Because I think when you hear it, and I remember how I used to feel when people would say it's going to be okay. And it would kind of like, depending where I was, it's like, oh, okay, thanks, you're being nice, that's comforting. And then sometimes it'd be like, check out my face.
Ain't
like,
nobody trying to hear that.
I don't want to hear that. And I recognize that part of I didn't want to hear that is because I was overly embedding how much it wasn't going to be okay in my own head. So you lying to me because we've been talking about this. It's terrible over here. It's going to be okay. Holds no weight or fact. When I see like I'm blessed to have friends and people that can share in my growth, that see the changes, that know the changes, that like that feels good. Mm-hmm. I ain't never felt it. Like nobody can feel what I feel because I know where I was.
Exactly.
And that feeling of knowing that, man, you just getting started. Like if you just keep on keeping on, girl. Like Lord, if this diligent work in this time frame did this, imagine what you could do, girl.
Imagine.
Girl, go ahead and flex your magic. Just get in your bag. And it's empowering now. Like now, the struggles don't feel so permanent as they used to feel. It's the frustration comes, the dark moments come of navigating to the next phase. Mm-hmm. But not because my perception says, this is just what it is. This is stay. Like, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable is a continuous journey, and it's tough, and it's not easy. But the struggles don't bring fear the way they had been before.
It's like that meme that says, never get so comfortable in pain that you forget happiness is still an option.
Yes. That, the onset of a struggle would bring forth fear and anxiety and this and that, and now it just brings uncomfortableness. I feel I know enough, and it's changes my perception to other things that I used to have, at the time viewed so bad. I don't even see those things from before the way I had before. Right. They don't even leave the same marks that they did. And the third thing would be is to remember that my faith is my anchor. And when I get lost, that's what's going to hold me down.
Come on.
Like that's, I sent Ariel this meme, and I'm not going to go deep in this bag, but I sent her this thing, and I've been seeing it, and it's been placed on my heart because I know that it's going to be something about my journey that is meant to dispel and speak through my experiences of mental health and faith and religion, that it is a thought that it's one or the other. Yep. With having faith and a relationship with God, or being air quote logical, because you can't be logical, I guess, and have faith. I've struggled with mental health issues of depression and anxiety and suicide thoughts, suicide attempts for years. Yep. I've never been where I am right now. I've never been able to pull myself out of holes that I have now. And the only thing that has changed is that faith adds to that voice, that when you start beating up on yourself, you ain't gonna never go and tap into faith and tap into God and tap into the word and tap into devotionals, and it's never gonna tell you all those things you tell yourself.
Yep. It'll tell you everything else.
Never. It doesn't exist. So for me, this tool in my toolbox has set me up to come out of stuff and tackle stuff in a way that I never had. And I always feel like I have faith in, I was spiritual in a certain realm, this deeper relationship, this relationship, shall I say, this deeper tool of knowing how to tap into that relationship and know that it is not as final as I wanted to see, or trusting that it doesn't have to be the way I told myself. It's helped be a tool to battle stuff that I've battled for years. So that's what I would tell myself, to not forget that that's an anchor to ground me. Yeah. Like, if I get lost in myself, if I get too much in my bag, I forget that I got work to still do. That's there. That's something that I got. That's a tool in the box now to keep going through.
That's dope. I'd have to completely agree with that. Like, this faith thing, girl, this faith walk, it's different. Like, there's a counter for everything. You start getting in your bag, oh, I'm gonna need you to check that ego and that pride. You know what I'm saying? You start, coming at people like you don't know, or you never where they are. Oh, I'm gonna need you to humble yourself a little bit. Like, I don't know what he wants me to do, and I don't know how I should handle this. Maybe you should try talking with love. Like, everything has a counter. When there's no way you're gonna read your devotionals that you're gonna get into your word, and then you don't have something to pull up out of it, and then take a step back and say, you definitely were just doing a little too much. And I'll be like, you right. I'm gonna get that together, because it's definitely an anchor.
Right.
That was good. I like that one. So, you feel good?
I feel great.
So, y'all, just to let you guys know, we got a lot of different stuff lined up. We got a whole lot of topics, because we've had 3 months to come up with stuff.
There's some good ones.
We're going to be adding some more components. Like, me and Tiffani really like doing different things and trying different products and trying different things. So we're going to incorporate that, let you guys know different things that we try. I'm always trying different face, skin, hair, all types of different things. So we're going to be adding a bunch of different components of this, just to touch on different things and let you guys in a little bit more on what it is that we have going on, as if y'all don't know enough about our lives.
Child, we telling it all.
Everything. So we're going to add some more stuff. I'm talking about from food to vegan recipes to everything, you guys. So you just stay tuned. We got a bunch of different stuff, and we missed you. Thank you for tuning in again, and this was good.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.